So today I'm going to be talking about skilled trade versus four-year universities and kind of what the better route could be or an alternative could be to what the traditional societal thought is. So on the first slide, the attention slide, I said, according to Forbes, only 27% of graduates work in their field. So that means when you graduate college with whatever major you end up getting, only 27% of the graduates actually found work in that field. And that's a Forbes study that was done by thousands of people. So students go to university and take degrees that can't be used. So they go and take these useless degrees that they leave college and they end up not having a job that they can do. So we need to try to get away from that. We're in dire need of what's called a skilled trade labor, which is like construction workers, mechanics, and people like electricians and plumbers, things like that, that we need more of. So you have a decision to make. You can do the four-year university, or you can look into these trade schools, or like even certification courses that could qualify you for some of these programs. And then this picture on the right, I thought it was a really good example of what we're running into is the unemployment coming straight out of college. So we have a problem. Based on the study from Forbes, you can see that college is not a guaranteed job out of college. So skilled trade laborers is one of the ways that you could, I guess, fight this problem. Less qualified students are leaving colleges in the thousands. A study from Career Builder stated that 47% of people said that they did not find their first job, like in their field that they studied in college. And then another 32% said they had never worked in the field that they studied in college. So this is a really big problem that needs to be solved. So there is a skilled labor shortage in the United States, and this is because of the baby boom. So when the baby boom happened, you had these guys working construction and plumbing and all this, and now they're getting old, so now they're retiring, and we need more people to step up into these places. So, and a lot of people believe that there's only one way. Society's made it so there's only one way that you can further yourself, and that's going to college. But this could be an alternative to that. How do we solve this growing problem? Skilled trade work and certification courses should be taken more seriously. I feel like trade work is a really good way for people to get into the workforce quickly without having to do the schooling and spend all the money. Certification courses, you could take this on top of your undergraduate courses. These could be just qualifying courses to help you get better at your profession or whatever it is. Instead of the traditional route, try learning the trade. So, and it has a very large target audience. So it could be kids that can't afford going to college, kids that just don't like to go to school. So this would be a good alternative to scoot around that. So how do we solve this problem? Well, according to Forbes, there are 45 million in college debt. So 45 million students in college debt right now, and that adds up to $1.6 trillion. And they said that's the second most debt behind mortgage. So there's said to be some 30 million jobs that pay an average of $55,000 a year with just a bachelor's without a bachelor's degree. So this could be plumbing, electrician, construction, stuff like that. So something you don't even need a degree for, you could go ahead and start making money straight out of high school. But the issue you run into when you do that is you start taking away from the college system, and the college system runs off of obviously the money that people spend to go to college, and that could hurt the professors such as you. And I don't want that to take too much away from you, so you just have to do it in a smart way. That way everyone can keep their jobs, because if the professors don't have their jobs, then they have to find something to do. So that could take away from the students. So if taken seriously, college debt could decrease exponentially. So right now we're on the up and up. It said, according to Forbes, I think it said 2% increase every year in college debt, which is a lot when it's $1.6 trillion. There wouldn't be a lack of these skilled trade workers, so you wouldn't have to worry about not having enough plumbers, mechanics. Students would be more prepared to lead a life right after high school, so they'd be able to do however long the trade school was, and then they could get straight to work and go ahead and get an apartment or even a house and just start going ahead without having to get into a lot of debt. It's quicker turnaround from job to school to job, so you go straight from learning to straight to working, so you're not doing 4 years of BS and then you get out and you can't even get a job. So, and then the next slide, what if the solution is not considered? If it's not considered, college debt could continue to rise in that 2% that we see right now. There'd be more and more unqualified people in society. So you see people getting degrees. They have majors that won't get them jobs out of college. So they're doing that, and then they end up working at Walmart or McDonald's. So we have to try to get away from that. And this is a society issue. So society has preached that there's only one way to do it, and it's 4 years. You have to go do your 4 years of undergrad, and you're guaranteed a job. And that's what they preach in high school. And we need to get away from that because that's obviously not true. You can go through 4 years and then end up out, and you have someone that just went straight to work, so making a lot more money than you, and you spent hundreds of thousands of more dollars. Kids in this society nowadays don't want to work per se for what they want. I feel like there's a sense of entitlement now. Even I see that among my friends. They just don't want to work for what they need or what they want, I guess. They want just everything to be handed to them. And I feel like that's a problem with our society now is they're not willing to work hard to get what they want. College is looked at kind of as a vacation away from home for a lot rather than just a learning experience to better yourself. And I feel like that's a real problem. So let's take action. The problem we've seen is a lack of qualified individuals out of school. So we just need to advocate better in high school, especially to set a ground base. We need to advocate these skill trade work over like the traditional route. So I mean, we could maybe provide like school programs like in high school that help you learn about these trade schools because otherwise it just we don't even know about it. Like I wouldn't have known about it unless my dad was a mechanic because he's a diesel mechanic, so he's in the trade work. So that's the only way I really know about it. And then we just need to better educate people on learning opportunities other than your traditional 4 year route, and that would solve this issue. Thank you for listening. I hope this information that I provided with you helps you kind of think a little bit, and thank you.